Right.
So what time did we say?
I
12?
I should be back for 12. Well, the batteries may not last very long today. I put this in the van and left it with the camera switched on, so the batteries may have run down. But we are at San Jose. I'm going to look for some of these paths that go into the wood. It's round a small volcano actually, when I looked on Google Earth, just to see if I can get round it. We'll see later. Well, this is a sign that we've just had the storm front go through. It rained fairly hard up here at the beginning of the week. It's getting a bit easier now. Just trying not to slip down. But it's dry today and sunny. Bit of cloud out at sea, but looks to be okay here. I've just put the my outdoor active on track. This one, when I looked at it, it's the one that goes up to the back of the undergrowth with no exit. It doesn't go anywhere. And when I looked seriously at the maps, it does end at that undergrowth and go no further. So unless you want to hack your way through the undergrowth, that walk's no good. I just said good morning to a Spanish chap. Seen him twice before. Both times been walking with sticks. Today he doesn't have any sticks, so whatever ailed him, or whatever accident he got, he's got rid of. Which is nice. Lots of water about today. I just had a helicopter hovering around about. It seems to have gone now, and the bird that was singing has stopped. So now it's deathly silent, as it normally is up here. Wonderful. Yeah, an example of the idiots on either bikes or on cars. Yeah, it looks like bikes because the circle is too small, I think, for cars, unless they were deliberately trying to dig holes everywhere. Example of bloody idiot youngsters. There we are to the normal turn off. The Chiñero path goes there. I'm going up here to find these two tracks that appear to go around this small volcano, I think it is, further on. Well, it's so nice to get up here again. I kind of get depressed being in Los Cristianos. I mean, might be nice for holiday makers, but it doesn't have a real lot to offer compared to being up here. Now this track, I've never walked, so we'll walk this. It runs parallel to the one up, but goes down probably where the water runoff is. But I thought it might be interesting to walk up here. It's different to walking on the hard track. I think it gets covered in undergrowth further up, but we'll see. And already there's another track running off there, going up that way. I presume that might run into the Chiñero path. This one goes slightly away from it. Well, as I said, I thought it ended in a fair amount of undergrowth. I seem to have just approached it, but I'll continue walking up here to see how far I can get. Well, that wasn't much harder than walking up the track. Lots of undergrowth there, and it has been walked by other people. You can see where the track has roughly been made, but some areas you're not quite sure where you're putting your feet. But that brings us out to the first track I'm going to look at today, which is this one off to the left here. Just to see where it goes. It may be just a track that cars have used for parking, I don't know. There are tracks coming from the other side that finish up, according to the map, in the middle of nowhere. it may be I can reach those. I think this is a small volcano. It looks like it on Google Earth, but I would have to climb that to find out, and I'm not going to do that. So I still have a track. I now think that up there is the top of the volcanic peak. People have walked up there, but that's fairly steep. I'm interested in walking round the edge to start with. Perhaps another day I will walk to the top and have a look at the volcano, but not today. None of this track is on the walking maps. You can see part of it on Google Earth, but we now do seem to be getting round this small volcano. So I presume I'm going to meet another track soon. If I turn right, I should walk completely around this volcano. It looks as though there's a path coming in from down there. Obviously, this is a path. Oh, you've got to zoom down to see it. That must be the one that I saw earlier. That was just a path rather than a track. Another bit of a walk. Right, we're going in between the peaks now and go around this corner. It looks as though the track goes up this way. There's a water pipe, so somebody must come up to maintain that. So this must go somewhere. So we'll keep walking it. It's now become a serious climb. I mean, fairly safe. The track's very easy to walk. Energy-wise, it looks as though it's going to be. Well, this is going to go over the top of the mountain. It will be interesting. I've never been up here before. Well, this is the end of the track. As you can see, an extremely steep climb up there. That's why the track goes no further. We've got two mountains there. According to there's no track here at all. But if I go straight on up that direction, I should eventually come to the path that takes me back to the Chinero path on the top walk near the waterways that we normally walk on. So I'm going to see that in a minute, see if we can find my way up there. Although there's no path up here, I don't know if you can see this. There's the faintest line of where people have put their feet up there. There's no cones or cairns or anything, but it looks as though it's heading up there through that gap there and onto the top. So that's where I'm going. Well, that climb, once I found the way, wasn't too difficult. It's fairly easy. Looking at the map, I've got to go over there. I can go that way or that way. I don't know which. Either way, I've got to climb another 60 or 80 metres, so it's going to be a hard slog now. I'm on top of one peak now, fairly flat up here, obviously at the top of something, but the map says go up there. If I'm not careful, I'm going to finish up at the side of Montaña Negra going this route, but it will be an interesting route. It looks a bit hairy there, but we'll see in a second. Well, again, I've come up with that. It looked difficult. There was a kind of path when I got so far up. Climbing fairly hard, but another 40 or 60 metres to the top track. And I'm afraid it is up again. It could be that someone has walked through there. The grass or the soil, the pines or needles are a bit flatter there. So I'll climb that way and see how far I get. I should check the phone with Jen, see if it does pick up from here. Well, I'm up the last bit. I've now got a flat piece and it's a matter of where to go. It does look as though it's being walked that way by one or two. Could go through there, but looks more difficult. I must be nearing the path now. Need to look at the map for this. Well, that way it suggests I will be on a contour line, but it's undergrowth. This way I'm going away from Montagna Negra and the top road, but it looks easier through that undergrowth, so I'm going to go that way. I've not got undergrowth everywhere. I need to go left. Right will just take me down, that's where I don't want to go. I've got 40 metres climb to the track, so I think I make some path through there. Might be my best bet. We'll see how far we can get. I thought it might be sensible to come up this little bit of lava to the water pipe that runs up here, but it's not a good decision. I can't see round that corner. I'm loath to go downhill. I'll look at the map, if necessary, cross this little hole and go up the other side. Well, I got across that. Interesting view back that way. That's a big and little gala over there, showing where I am. That's the hole I just crossed. It was easy once I got in, there's a path across it, but I did scratch my bad leg and I've now got a bit of blood oozing, but not desperate, I'll just leave it. And I'm going to follow this track that appears to go somewhere up there. Well, having got through that undergrowth and bits of lava down there, it opens up into this, which I presume just leads up to the track on top. So we may be approaching the Chignero path up here. I don't know. And we'll just keep walking up now and see how far we get. I'm slowly moving left along this as I go up. It's so difficult to see these where people have been, but it does look as though this has been walked by one or two people. Either that or I'm looking at water runoffs, I don't know. But we'll go up this bit and see where I am. Might go around that lump. I can't see any point in walking over a lump. Now I can go around this way, and then I can check the GPS when I get into the sun on the other side, and I might stop for some water. It's pretty up here now. As pretty as anywhere on the mountain. So, a bit of shade. I'll look at the map and have a drink, but it is quite nice up here. Looks as though the path may be a bit in front of me still. We'll see. Well, I've had my water break. I'm still stood in the shade. Looked at the map. Straight forward in that direction through the trees, 100 metres is the main top track. I suppose I could go that way, round the corner and up through the trees there. I don't know. We'll start climbing through this. In fact, we'll go that way. It takes us closer to the Chignero end, so we'll go up through there. Well, we're getting closer to the track. I can take it the easy way there, or go up this way. We're going to go there, straight ahead. There's a bit of downtrodden pine needles that goes up to the tree in front of us, then turns right, hopefully to the track. And here we are at the track that runs around the top. That way is the Almond Walk, that way Montagna Negra and Arenas Negra. So that is a new route fitted out. I'll walk down the easy way now. I've been an hour and a quarter getting up there, but having to make some serious decisions on the way. Now there is another way down from up here. So I'm going to look at the map and see if you can see that. If not, we'll be going off-piste through there. Well, according to outdoor active, a couple 100 metres that way will get us there, but that looks a nice place to walk, so I'm going to walk down there. Eventually I will come across the Chinchero path going up and we'll join it then. Well, there are the faintest signs of walkers going that way or down there. I'm going to look over this hedge. It looks rather steep. Well, I'll leave the camera running. I don't need a stick. And see how steep that is and whether people have gone down there and where that takes us to. This is where people have walked, but that's become seriously steep. I think that's too steep to go down. We'll go down the other way. Forget that adventure. I've only got one stick today. I need two for that. I suspect there's some very nice views from here. I'm walking along the edge of the drop that I showed you earlier. But the clouds come rolling in, so I'm not going to be able to see much. I'm going to go over the edge. I suspect this sticks out all the way and I'm going to have problems. I'm going to have to walk back a bit. We'll see around the corner. I don't know whether that recorded or not. Oh. Well, never mind. I'm going down there. That will join the Chinchero path. This again looks like a path that's been walked. It's running parallel to the Chinchero path, so I'm going to go down here, see where it comes out. Well, I've come from that and I've now reached this. Which is a serious drop, which I'm not going to go down. So I'm going to walk down the edge and join the Chinchero path this way. Well, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see this, but down there, amongst the trees, that's the Chinchero path where I'm going. There is a track, kind of, that runs that way, so I'm going to follow that. And I noticed this little thing as I've walked down the Chinchero path, but that must join the Chinchero path if I can only get down off this edge. I could walk a bit further down and see whether they join up. It's easier to get down. The little branch was that side, but this looks to be an easier way to go, so I'm going to go down this way and join it at the bottom. Different view of the Chinchero path, I've not had that before. A lot of the moss has been washed off the trees. The rain must have been fairly heavy up here. I assume that's the Chinchero path. We'll find out in a second. Well, yes, this is Chinchero path. It just looks different because of all the debris coming off the trees. The storm must have been quite bad up here. A lot of water run off and a lot of branches knocked off and a lot of the moss still falling off at times. But now I managed to talk to Jem from the top and told her I'd be half an hour. That will give me, I'll be back on time. So now half an hour back to the minibus. This bit of the track we've walked so many times and been filmed so many times. If there's anything interesting, I'll video that. Well, the Chinchero path goes down there, as you can see there. And this is the one we saw the other day, where they don't go this way, it's the wrong way. So, it's supposed to be a dead end, but if I can get through, it will join the path I came in on, around that mountain. So, I'm going to see where this goes. That looks like the track that's not on the maps at all, as I crossed earlier. It just joins this one. So, that's another little piece of the jigsaw puzzle put together. We're going downhill now. Oops, it is heading round the corner. You can see the pine needles washed off. They are a lot of green ones down there. These are this year's pine needles that have been beaten off by the heavy rain. I've just come down there. I'm walking down that way, but there is another track there. There are so many tracks here that could be investigated. Perhaps I'll spend the summer up here. Well, according to the maps, I am now approaching the end of this track, which looks as though it might be. But we'll not worry about that at this stage. We'll get to the bottom first and then see where to go. Although it looks as though there's a track running there. That's the end of that track. But I now got two options. A track going that way and a track going that way. I'm going to look at the map. I think the left one will take me back to the path I came in on. The right one will take me back to the Chignero path. Well, I'm on the left track. There's no point in going back to the Chignero track. I've walked it so many times, I know it backwards. So I'm going to see what happens if I go up here. Oh, interesting. Seems to go back up the hill. Up that way. Now, I'm not really keen on that. Last time we did that, it put another hour on, or half an hour on the walk. But let's go and look. It may turn off to the right, one never knows. No. Oh, no, I don't know. There is a track to the right there by the looks of it. Oh, walk across here. Rather than round. There we are, another track. Oh, this looks very much like the one I came in on. We will see in a second. Yes, the GPS says I'm now going back out on the track I came in on, which is fine. I found one way around the mountain. Perhaps another day I'll go up the first track. I suspect it might go to the turn off further back when I turn left. It might be the right turn off that one goes to. The pipe that is there amongst the bushes, it goes down there. That's the one I followed all the way up to the top of the mountain. It must join the main waterway at the top. Well, here we are, approaching the end of the walk. Been out 2 hours. It isn't bad. I've got a new walk. Probably not as long as that to do it next time. Needs some modifications for other people, I think. Don't want to be climbing along the lava if at all possible, walk around that. But it is walkable with care for anyone, I think, as long as you don't mind going uphill. We might try that when you get back here. I could hear voices and I wondered where they were coming from. Let's see if I can show you. They look to be putting new cables on the pylons or repairing some of the work on the pylon. Well, an interesting walk. The other thing that became obvious was there's more tracks out there than I thought, and that I could do some more walks to sort them, but I'll do that during the summer when I'm on my own. So, back to the watchtower and finished. They must be using the same kind or same channel. We keep picking up the noise from their radios on our radios. Somebody at the bottom radioing them.